Hello and welcome to the Sustainable Stream. I'm Tom Andrew and today's guest is Gary Lehman.
Hi Tom, how are you?
I'm good, thanks for asking, Gary. Yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for coming out, appreciate you coming out. And you are working at Fairfield, perhaps?
Fairfield Manufacturing.
Heard of it.
About 8 years, and Fairfield is over 90 years old, established in 1919 here in Lafayette, Indiana, so we feel very proud to be here that long in this fine community.
And it's a good customer of ours also. And a little bit about you, I know you're at Fairfield, you just got a raise at Fairfield, right?
Yeah, well, maybe a little bit more.
Right.
New opportunity, new job. But,
new opportunity.
I was born and raised here in West Lafayette, graduated from West Lafayette High School, so I consider myself
River rat.
A river rat, yeah, exactly right. And consider myself a native. Well, I was here for 25 years, and then we were gone for 25 years and came back about 8 years ago. So though I consider Lafayette my hometown, I haven't lived here all my life, but it's been great to be back.
And we're glad to have you back because we hear about this new investment that Fairfield's going to put into the community, which for a member of the community is good. We'll get into that a little bit. We're going to cover some things, new things this year that we're going to do. What would be one of your New Year's resolutions?
Our New Year's resolutions, first of all, is that to make sure that we do the right things in our business, because we've been entrusted with a major investment over the next 3 years that we're going to talk about, and we've got to do a lot of planning in order to make sure we execute that properly. So that's probably the one and only New Year's resolution right now, is to make sure we hit the ground running.
All right, I can take that advice to heart. We've planned, Henry Poor has planned, and I'm kind of taking the bull by the horns, if you will, to launch a new online shopping at your house. It's called Ship to Store. And we'll get into it a little bit here, and I've got a graphic we can look at home if you want to. When we come back, I'll tell you a little bit about it. New at henrypoor.com. Do it best, ship to store. Shop online anywhere and have it shipped to Henry Poor for free. Find out more at henrypoor.com. And here we are again, Gary, back at the table at the boardroom with you. Kind of feels nice.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit about something new, which is what I'm focusing on here. The $53 million we keep hearing about. Where's that going?
Well, what you're speaking of is the investment that Fairfield's going to make in our Lafayette facility over the next 3 years, and we're real excited.
Yes.
We announced that in December, and we're just real pleased to be able to make that type of commitment to this community. Basically what's going to go for, it's really not going to expand the square footage of the factory. We've got plenty of...
You've done that recently, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've done it, but we've got plenty of square footage. How we utilize it is always the challenge, but we don't need any square footage, additional square footage. But we constantly need to upgrade our machines and our processes in order to stay competitive and make sure we have a state-of-the-art type of equipment. So majority of that investment is going to be made in new equipment. We have an extensive heat treat facility in order to treat our metals and our gears for the proper properties. And that facility, we're going to put a lot of new controls in that area and the rest of the factory. So we're real excited. It will really cement our commitment to this community, I think, for the foreseeable future.
And Fairfield, how many people they employ?
We're a little over 1,000 now.
Here in Lafayette.
Here in Lafayette. We've been hiring. We hired 20 this week, and probably hired 20 next week. And I think probably business continues to improve. That we'll be around 11 to 1,200 is probably where we want to be. Too much bigger than that, and it causes other issues. But I think that's the optimal number for us.
And all those people need houses.
You bet.
They need nail aprons or something we can get in the door. I've got to sell something here. My dad won't let me keep doing this.
Well, no, you got to make sure to do that. So it sounds like you got a new way of getting product easier for the customer.
Online.
Ooh, we like that.
Yeah, cyberspace. So you can get online here to our webpage, and if you click on Ship to Store, type in what you're looking for. Shoe polish, whatever. Type it in, enter your credit card just like that. Free shipping to Henry Poor Lumber Company, whatever you can imagine. And we'll search for a few things here later, and maybe you can tell me something that you didn't know you could buy. Tax credits have been extended through 2011. Remember, there is a lifetime limit on these tax credits. Call Henry Poor for more information. And as you can see, it should be easy to shop online, and there's a lot of energy tax credits that are still extended. If you need more info, you come in and talk to one of us, or go see Gary. Now he's an expert on it too. We were searching a little bit here, and you were telling me about what you'd like to buy, what you think you could buy that you didn't know we had. What was it?
I'm not sure. I need a small air compressor. You know, this time of the winter, I mean, it's when you get 4 or 5 inches of snow and your tire goes a little low on your car. I mean, anymore to try to find an air hose in a gas station.
Yeah.
And stuff. And then if you do find one, it's cold, stiff, the hose and everything like that, and mud and everything all over the snow. So I was thinking, you know, what I really need is a small little air compressor to put in my garage just to check my tires during this cold weather.
So you come out during the winter.
This is a lumberyard. Would you carry something like that, do you think?
Yeah, we can get air compressor, yeah. How many PSI you need?
Well, most of the tires are like 35 to, so 50 PSI probably would be sufficient.
All right, there's a Coleman we can get. We've got a bunch of them, see? And we can go through all these, you just type in air compressor. There's nothing to it. Now all we need is your credit card.
Yeah, I'm sure you need that.
Just leave that here with us, it'll be fine.
That's good, because you got all the selection there, the pricing, the description of them.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, so you can find one that meets your needs. Well, that big one down there, that would be kind of
we can
fun.
get you two if there's a price break.
Yeah, 2 on one for each side of the car.
Yeah, and then even if you're in a job site at a trailer, you don't want to drive to our store, this would work. You can see what we have. We ship it here. It's 2 to 3 days. No problem. You're in Switzerland working. You order it. I got your credit card. I'll take it out to your house.
You don't sell gears on this deal, I hope not. That would
no, we were not
competition.
direct competition.
I might have to.
No, sir.
All right, good.
Well, all right. I'll have your air compressor in here soon. Gary, I'd like to thank you for coming out, taking the time to talk with us, look at the ship-to store, tell us what Fairfield's doing in the new year. Really appreciate your time. Any wisdom you'd like to give us as a trustee on the way out?
No wisdom, but Henry Ford's been part of this community for a long time, and even when I was a kid growing up, I knew of the business and the people that were running it, Mr. Taylor and whatever, and so it's just great that you're still here in business. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Same with Fairfield.
See you, Tom.
Take care.